importance in many fields. As an emerging strategy for development, nano-based ingredients have found a place as a consumer products in the markets such as paints, building materials, cosmetics, and in medical treatment, the food industry, and so much more. In fact, it's becoming increasingly harder to keep track of where nanotech, isn't it? We are using it in our daily lives and not even realizing it. With nanotechnology, more useful devices, better drugs for diseases, more appropriate materials for construction will be developed.
Okay, so the question is that what is the topic in STS that can be applied or can be related for me as a person, for me as a college. Okay, so there are so many topics in STS that I loved, I personally loved because of its wisdom, the knowledge and wisdom that it has given me. But the one that be relatable to me, not just for me, also for every beginners, every people who is in a starting point of life. Okay, so I will relate ourselves in the nanotechnology. Okay, so nanotechnology, let us describe first the nanotechnology. Nanotechnology in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is possible because of a very tiny object, nanoscale of 1 to 100 only, 1 to 100 nanometer. So that is a very tiny. It cannot be seen by a naked eye. Okay, so I just got astounded by its magnific creations. It has created many technologies. It has paved the way. It has paved the world to prosper more into its aim about technologies. Okay, so my point is that I am a beginner. I don't have anything to be proud of yet because I'm just a student. I haven't achieved very much yet, so I feel small about myself. The thing is that whenever you feel small, whenever a person feels small about themselves, we must always remember the nanotechnology. The nanotechnology has done many things into our into the community already. Okay, so if we think that we are small, we will always have that chance to make ourselves big in the future, just like the nanotechnology. Just like the nanotechnology, there are many things that it has been done. So it is very possible that in the future our name will have its own patent into the history. Okay, for example, me as a nurse, as a future nurse. So I'm a nursing student. I don't have any achievements yet. I didn't graduate yet. I didn't pass the board exam yet. I'm small, but when the time that I will graduate and pass the board examination, do what I loved about my passion about nursing, and then grow with that environment, surely that we will grow as big as what nanotechnology has become. Okay, that is my point, the nanotechnology, and for the people who feel small about themselves. Thank you.
One specific topic in STS that I can relate is human flourishing, specifically human person swallowed by technology. We are surrounded by the technology and the development of it. There have been a lot of changes to our life. Most of these changes contributes to make our life more convenient, more wonderful, and more comfortable. But some of these changes causing many environmental, social, and health problems if we are not responsible in using those technologies. For example, in a family, because of the addiction or excessive use of gadgets of some of the family members, it breaks the true essence of family bonding. Instead of spending a lot of time for family, they spend more time in using those gadgets, in playing games or social networking that negatively affects the relationship of each family member. The overuse of this technology, such as gadgets, can also contribute to more serious health problems. And I have learned that there are numerous benefits of using technology, but in moderation, and we must know our limitations. I have also learned that you should be accountable and responsible to the things that you do, because it does you who controls everything and not technology.
Good day, ma'am. The number one question is choose one specific topic in STS that you can relate with and discuss briefly what you have learned about it. So the topic that I chose is technology as a mode of revealing. So Heidegger's work emphasizes that it is technology that reveals or discloses the truth. The discovery and knowing of truth behind various phenomena, occurrences, and ideas are somewhat linked to technology, like how researchers discovered that planet Mars has possibility to sustain life. Through technological apparatus, tools, and knowledge, people are able to study this possibility despite of the distance. I can relate to this claim of Heidegger since I myself is able to look for the truth using technology like the social media. I am able to satisfy my need for information by referring to social media platforms like Google and etc. With this, I learned that technology is also a portal for us to know and to see the truth behind things around us.
Based on my previous reading about this subject, the specific topic that I can relate is how technology affects the life of human being, which related to today's issues, which is the COVID-19 vaccine. So for me, we are blessed that we are in a modern society wherein modern technologies help healthcare sectors to innovate vaccines and other medicines that we can use today. This happens because of the technology advancement like the genetic engineering that we did not expect to have. This effects of science and technology has a huge help in creating vaccines because we have the modern methods of treatment.
STS aims to help us students to make sense out of our everyday experiences, and does so in many ways that supports us in our natural tendency to integrate our personal understandings of our social, technological, and natural environments. Studies of technology and science gives insight into the understanding and knowledge of technology, science, and knowledge from the viewpoint of the humanities and social sciences. Throughout the course of this study, we, the students, will become familiar with amendments of social and cultural analysis of modern science and technology in interaction with social, political, economical, and cultural processes of change. In this manner, we will be provided with the academic basis for working with detailed analysis of different forms of technologies and process of knowledge.
As a pre-professional student, tech science and technology help us not only to communicate but also to our studies. This supports our studies wherein we can have all the resources we needed. Since we are having a tough time in studying, this technology helps us to provide all information for us to understand and gain more ideas in order for us to learn efficiently. Because of this, I learned how to restrict and limit myself with the use of technology in order for me not to misuse this kind of devices because this can affect my future. Since we tackle about this topic, which is the negative effects and impacts of technology to a human being, as a future healthcare provider, this helps me to identify prevention.
So, question number 2, what is the essence of STS to you as pre-professional student? The use of various scientific and technological advancement persistently helped me to be proficient and productive at school. Having such things like gadgets, media, machines, apparatus, and many more support my needs for information, knowledge, experience, and enrichments. It is true that throughout the years, our education evolved to support the needs of a student. It made learning easier, attainable, and realistic. This assists me in various ways, especially that it makes things handy and available anytime. This makes things and work easier and less time consuming. As a pre-professional students, it is the subject STS that added my understanding towards responsible usage of technologies that we have and to likewise understand its capabilities and usage. This subject makes me aware of the restrictions, limitation, and risks in line with excessive and abusive usage of technologies and scientific tools and materials. The uses, benefits, advancements, and impact of science and technology definitely direct me towards what's ahead of me.
As a pre-professional student, the essence of science, technology, and society is it gives me an insights on how scientific knowledge and technology is being produced, distributed, and utilized in our society that used for the welfare of humanity and in order to maintain a good quality of life. This subject has a significant relationship to my chosen profession that will help me to enhance my knowledge, and even during quarantine, I can still attend my class with the help of science and technology by using the internet and my gadgets.
So the question is that what is the essence of science, technology, and society? For me as a student, as a pre-professional, as a future professional, and as a college student. So there are many importance of technology, science, and society for me as a person. Okay, so let's consider that we are in a pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, and all of the educational system has paralyzed. Okay, so the technology has made way for us to reestablish our educational system. That is the most that is for me the most essence of technology and science right now. Okay, one more is that science and technology has made everything easy. It has lessened the work of people because of the advances. The knowledge is getting wider and wider every day. Okay, it's like we're bringing actually ourselves into the future that we haven't even imagined. So that is the very essence of science, technology, and society for me. That the dreams that I had when I was a child, it is coming true. It is slowly coming true. Not slowly. It is in a very fast situation. It is coming true day by day.
What do you think are the roles of science and technology in our society today?
The role of science and technology is indispensable. We need science and technology in every sphere of our life to treat diseases such as cancer, or even to book a cab, or train, or flight ticket. One of the most important aspects of science and technology is that it has solution to the difficult problems. Problems which has the potential to become major bottlenecks to the overall growth of the country. Some of these problems could be health aspects, standard of education, availability of food and safe drinking water, and infrastructure. On the other hand, once mitigating solutions are found for these problems, then the second major issue is the underdevelopment in the field of scientific research and technology that affects the development of the country's economy, infrastructure, higher education, and a few other fields listed, like development of nuclear technology, defense technology, development of satellites, and many more. All these technologies, in turn, provide favorable conditions for the country's growth and increase healthy competition nationally and also internationally.
What are the positive and negative impacts of technology on human life?
Positive impact of technology in connection to communication is that you can now communicate easier and stay connected with your family who are far away or near from you. But like never before, it would require for a messenger to deliver your handwritten letter to the addressee, and it usually takes days and even months for your letter to reach its destinations. Then you would have to wait for a reply in the same process. However, with the rise of different modes of communication now, it allows you to communicate effectively, more convenient, quicker, and easier.
So good morning, ma'am. Today I'm going to discuss about the negative effects of technology into a human life. So, because of the rapid advancement of technology, people become more connected with each other, and it became the source of information of human beings. So, there's a lot of positive impacts of technology into human lives, but also there is a negative impact as well. Now, I'm going to discuss the negative effects of technology into a human life. Since technologies like phones, computers, iPads, and other devices are popular nowadays, this can lead to a psychological and physical issues to other people, especially for teenagers and children who overuse this kind of devices. So it has a negative impact to a mental health of a person. The use of social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is directly related for being a risk factor of increased level of depression, low self-esteem, and loneliness, which are the signs to contribute to a more serious health conditions or problems. So next is the cyberbullying. Since mobile phones are the most used technology nowadays, people use this to bully by hiding behind an online persona, which can lead to a anxiety of other person. This can have a huge impact to someone's life, wherein some of them suicide because of this kind of instances. They can acquire physical issues with the use of cell phones, computers, and other devices, which allows us to connect with the internet, wherein people overuse this and they use it a long period of time, which can lead them to a blurry vision. And also musculoskeletal issues, because instead of doing exercise or household chores, people use social media with a long period of time, which can reduce them to do a physical activities. That is why we need to educate other people not to overuse technologies in order for us to prevent acquiring problems, issues, or other conditions. And also, we need to use this with a limited time and in a good way.
Given the chance to ask one question in STS, what would it be?
So, my answer is, how can science, technology, and society as learning concept fuels students towards societal empowerment?